And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, Tom Vasel here, and today we're taking a look from Gaga Games called Urbis. This is a game, fun town planning strategy. It's about building a town, and this game, inexplicably, for no reason at all that I can tell, I think it's using 8-bit graphics, or 16-bit graphics, whatever. Why? Because it's based on, maybe it's trying to look like a computer game? I'm really not sure. Whatever. Let's take a look at this game, and we'll be back. Each player is going to start with some money, some cards. You have an income marker which starts on the number of players in the game. There's going to be some random building tile piles around here. And players are going to just take actions, starting with one player and going around the table. Now, the different actions that you can do, one of them is you can take a card. You're simply going to take two, look at them both, keep one, put the other on the pile of the deck. When the deck runs out of cards, that's one of the way that the game ends. Another way is to simply play a card. Now, these cards are going to have a lot of different things that you can do. You have to be able to do what the card says. And if you do so, then you do whatever the card says, and you keep the card. At the end of the game, that card's going to be worth points. So this, for example, says pick a player. He has to remove a building of his choice from his block, or put up a building on your block for free. So they will pick one of those two things to do, and once they do that, you get those 2 points. Some of the cards that you play give you spots for more buildings. There's different buildings here, and if you build a building on that spot at the end of the game, you will get that many victory points. Here, put 10 coins back in the treasury. If you don't have enough money, you can't play this card. So if you have 10 coins, you turn it in, and you're going to get 2 points. Here, you can get rid of a profitable building, a building that's making someone money from someone else's block. Here, I get 15 coins from the treasury, or I can take all the money from another player. So the cards themselves usually are not that hard. Like everyone, including you, puts all their money back in the treasury. Any player of your choice is to give you one of their decree cards. That's these of their choice. Place a guardian for free, and so on. Now, those are the different things. I mentioned a guardian. Normally, guardians cost 5 coins. You can put a guardian on one of these 2 spots here. You'll notice that each of these spots says -5 on it. At the end of the game, those are worth -5 points unless you cover them up. Or if you have a building on the board, you can put a guardian on it, and that building is protected from the different decree cards. Now, when you want to put a building up, you draw a building, and you will pay the amount of the space that you put the building on. And you can put it on your own, or you can put it on someone else's. So let's say I put this on my own. I pay 1 coin. This increases my income by 1. My income's now 5. And at the end of the game is going to give me 6 points. This one here is simply -10, the cemetery. So I'm probably going to play that on someone else's. This pond here is pretty much nothing. Here's a well, which gives me, my income goes up by 1, and I'll get 2 points in the game. This one, my income would go up by 1, but I will lose 4 points at the end of the game. The prison gives me a free guard, but I lose 8 points at the end of the game. This lockup here actually makes my income go down when I take it. The school will give me 8 points at the end of the game, but my income goes down. The reason income's important is so that's another action you can take on your turn, is that you simply can take whatever your income is at that point in time. You get money from the treasury. So those are the 5 different actions: taking a card, playing a building, putting out a guardian somewhere in the city, or taking money from the treasury. If someone can fill up all 10 spots in their board, like this, it doesn't really matter how many points everyone has. That person instantly wins. Otherwise, when you run out of building tiles, or you run out of cards, the game will end, and then you'll get points from the buildings, you'll get points from cards that you have played, and whoever has the most points is the winner. I'm curious if you've watched my explanation of how the game works, if you think you would like this game. Because I'm guessing that most people who just watch that would say, is there a game there? And the answer is no, there isn't. This is a game that I think could have worked. The idea of putting buildings out in a thing and adjusting and decreasing your income and placing guards to get points and to keep buildings and playing cards where you meet certain requirements, that sounds like an interesting game But once you saw what I just saw, where those buildings are that varied, it is possible for your income to be shut down to zero, like instantly, which is seriously bad for you. And the only way to get any money back is to draw cards and hope that those cards give you money somehow. But you saw that card make everyone lose all their money. Whee! It's like a fun roller coaster ride, and this is so exciting. That's awful. This game is one of the genre of which we call take that games, where you're playing cards and other people, and you play good cards on yourself. Woohoo! Look what I did. And bad cards and be ha ha ha. And there's really nothing people can do. Sure, you can pay 5 coins, which in this game is a lot of money, to keep one of your buildings safe, but that doesn't protect your money. That doesn't protect you from losing cards. Someone can draw a building and be like, yep, I'm building that in your city. Or you can't afford to put it in anyone else's city, so you're stuck putting it in yours, and it's just this whole random mess. There's like no balance between the cities. I mean, here, just this one income. Great. This one, lose 3 victory points. This one, lose 3 income. Lose 3 income? What? This one, 1 income and 6 points, as opposed to 3 income. This one, a free guard and 2 points. It's like they just randomly put numbers on the tiles. It's like they randomly picked the cards, too. I mean, these are... Give each player 5 coins. If you don't have enough money, you can't play this card. Giving each player 5 coins, and let's say you're playing with 4 other players, that's 20 coins to get you 2 points. Let's find another 2-point card. And the player on your right moves a building from his block to any vacant space on another player's block, including his own. That's not hard to do at all. You're like, move one of your buildings. All right, boop. And you just got 2 points. All players, including you, remove a building from the block. That gives you 1 point. Move any building to another vacant building space in the block. Gives you 1 point. Hire a guardian for a player on your right for free and place it on the building. That adds him points. So you give someone else a guardian, and that gives you 3 points. And then you can put a guardian, put him on a building that subtracts... I'm getting mad just thinking about this game. This game, the cards are uneven. The tiles are uneven. The components aren't that great. The money's there. The tiles and the cards aren't very high quality, but then it's like, yeah, 8-bit graphics, woohoo! Why? Makes no sense. I really can't think of anything positive to say about this game, and even the box is way too big for what's in here. I can't think of anything positive to say about this game other than I like the idea of it. It's just that it feels like there was 0 play testing done, that the people who did play test it were like, oh, that was hilarious, and they publish it as a game. Fortunately for you guys, though, I'm telling you, don't get it, don't play it, don't buy it, and so you won't have to go through the same thing I did. So, in short, I think it's obvious at this point, don't like this one. Dice Tower Judgment, awful.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door.
There.